everyone, it is now Fubar, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon GO. And I think it's roughly about 3 years ago in Pokemon GO history that people started with hitting level 40 in the game. Remember when that was special? Hitting level 40? I sure don't. It's been almost 3 years ago that I personally myself hit level 40. I did it on the 31st of December, just as New Year hit here in the Netherlands. So that was really kind of a precious moment. That is without a doubt my favorite moment in Pokemon GO. And I'll leave my Road to Level 40 series that I did hitting level 40 in the description down below. It's definitely still one of my favorite series. Back then the game looked way different. Generation 2 Pokemon babies were just released and you could only hatch them at the time. Ditto was just recently released. And pretty much I've been covering high level gameplay for Pokemon GO for pretty much as long as I can remember. I even made a video at the ending of November in 2016 kind of highlighting the level 40 players in Pokemon GO. I had just hit level 39 and there were about 40 or 50 people that hit level 40 in Pokemon GO. It was a massive build back then that there even was a spreadsheet of people level 40 in Pokemon GO. So that was insane times, right? Now I've been kind of keeping up with players hitting level 40, hitting level 100 million XP, and so on and so forth. I've been to Japan a couple of times. I've been to Denmark a couple of times as well. There are some crazy players out there, and I'm so lucky to have some of these really high-level players on my friends list. That way I can make this video to showcase to you guys some of these players, and of course the player who did manage to hit 1 million catches in Pokemon GO. 1 million catches in Pokemon GO is ridiculous, and I'm gonna explain to you how ridiculous it is. It is ridiculous, right? But picture this. The first day Pokemon GO was released, I'm gonna go to my start date on my profile here. The first day Pokemon GO was launched is the 6th of July, 2016. If you do the maths, we're getting 1,233 days all the way from this starting date till today. That is the amount of days that Pokemon GO currently exists, okay? This player from Japan hitting 1 million catches, if he started on the same day, which he didn't because it got released like 2 or 3 weeks later in Japan, would need over 800 catches every single day in order to reach 1 million catches. That is a level of dedication that not a whole lot of people have, but he did it. And I got so much respect for him. He's still maintaining a daytime job as well, for the record. I had the pleasure and honor of meeting this guy, but we'll dive into that a little bit later. I want to feature some other amazing people in the world as well, because these are people you probably have never heard of, but I do want to give some spotlight to as well. So starting off with the people I met in Denmark. There's a couple of people that I met in Denmark. Back then, I went there for the very first double experience event, or the second double experience event. I met a guy named Slayer Cell. His name was Jimmy. He had over 100 million XP back then. I believe when I featured him in my vlog, he had like 55 million XP, which was really insane at the time. That was like April of 2017, so it was really quite cool. Ever since that, he quit. But there was a guy there that actually put in my vlog, and he hit level 40 on the video, and then his game crashed.
Ready to do this?
Yes.
Here goes. Congrats, man! You at least saw the animation.
Oh, I got it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll be going in history as the only guy who hit level 40 and then the game crashes.
I don't know if you guys remember that. I'll leave a link to that video in the description down below so that way you guys can go out and take a look at it. But I still am friends with him, actually good friends with him. And he's currently the #1 player in Europe for experience. Let me go out and take a look here. His name is MEWTWO. Melee, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I apologize for that. I want you to look at his stats. He has over 500,000 Pokemon caught, 15,000 distance. He doesn't do a whole lot of gym battles. I spoke with him. He thought it was pretty boring. I personally agree with that. We're gonna get to a gym battle monster a little bit later as well. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. But yeah, his stats are pretty cool, right? Keep these stats in mind. Make a screenshot or anything like that. I want to show you his brother, right? His brother, his name is Bilal. Amazing guys. Honestly, they kind of like hosted me when I was in Denmark the last time during Belgium Community Day and so on and so forth. His stats are, well, pretty much identical to Melee. So these guys are playing together, and I believe this is the #1 like brother, like the #1 brothers in the world that are playing Pokemon Go together. The stats are absolutely insane. The thing with Dubrin is he kind of started using Lucky Eggs much later, so he's like 60 to 80 million experience behind on Melee, but they're both over 700 million XP. What are we even talking about, right? So congrats to these guys. They also very recently surpassed 10,000 legendary raids, I believe, or 9,000, so that's really quite cool. And yeah, you definitely want to follow them on Twitter as well. I'll leave all the Twitter handles and stuff in the description down below. Definitely recommend every single one of these profiles to follow, because they, from time to time, showcase really insane stats. The #1 player, in my opinion, used to be Fubar. Fubar was really insane as well. Look at that distance walk, man. And everything that he caught, he doesn't have a Go Plus or anything like that. So it's really quite insane. This guy is not that active in Pokemon Go anymore. Probably has other obligations as well. So it's really quite insane. He posted a picture of him walking 110,000 steps in one day, and one fateful day. So that was really quite insane. So that is Fubar. The #1 current player in Europe, in my opinion, in terms of catches, I believe he's the #1 player, is Helsinki Trolley. Helsinki Trolley, man, this guy has some interesting stats. First off, 3/4 million catches, which is insane. Also 70,000 battles done, so he's done battles and then catches as well, right? But what makes him so intense is very recently he posted a screenshot of him getting 750,000 catches, but also Pokestop spun at the same time. Like, I don't know how he does it, but it's insane. Also, very interestingly, he recently managed to complete the entire shiny decks in Pokemon Go. Every single shiny in Pokemon Go he has, so definitely take a look at that. It's really insane. And he managed to, well, feed 500,000 berries in gyms as well. Anyway, a link to his profile in the description down below. Let's move from Finland, because he's from Finland. Let's move from Helsinki to Australia, to Sydney, to my friend Fleece King. Fleece King is a pretty big Twitter following, but this guy is the shiny king in Pokemon Go. No contest. He's the shiny king on Pokemon Go, no contest. This guy gets like 2-3 shinies every single day. If you want to see new shinies, go to his profile. He's a really dedicated guy, such an awesome, just wholesome guy. If you ever go down to Sydney, maybe shoot him a message or something like that. I honestly have no idea. Maybe I'm causing something here, but such a cool guy. 400,000 catches, remarkable stats, that's one thing for sure, but his shiny collection is second to none. Absolutely recommend Fleece King for sure. Next up, let's move to the United States. I want to highlight a guy. His name is TRDF. His name is Noel. He's a really awesome guy from New York City. He actually has, like, look at this, remarkable stats as well. And the one thing that I thought was really cool, very early on, he was just dedicated and focused on getting like 100 or 150 quests done per day, like tasks. And he's currently at like 50,000 tasks in Pokemon Go. I'm not really sure if he's still #1. He was #1 for a very long time. I think he maybe got surpassed or something like that. But I still thought it was really cool to, you know, mention him out there. He's such an amazing guy as well. Such good vibes. So definitely check him out as well. Really awesome guy for Pokemon Go. There's another guy. I believe he has like the most champion badges for raids. So champion is doing regular raids. That is over here, champion badges. I don't have him on my friends list. Maybe we can change that. His name is King Kuso. And alongside with that, he doesn't only have over 9,000 regular raids done. He also has over 10,000 legendary raids done. So that accumulates to over 20,000 raids in Pokemon Go. I believe that's the #1 spot in the world in terms of raids. He is gonna be probably the 3rd or 4th player in the world to hit 1 billion XP in Pokemon Go, because there's a player in Japan, I believe his name is Hamakarn. He's pretty close as well. Also really insane as well. But yeah, really crazy people. Now let's move to Japan. So in Japan, I told you that I was gonna talk about someone a monster when it comes down to the amount of battles that he's done. Now this player in particular, I believe his nickname is a monster in Japan, based off the dedication and the hard work that he's doing and putting into Pokemon Go. Not only does he have an insane amount of battles, you prepare to get your mind blown here, right? He has almost 300,000 battles done, and he has over 500,000 catches in Pokemon Go. I have seen him play in a Kinshisho station, and I kid you not, this kid is up to 2 a.m. at night. He studies, goes to university, I think, and then at that, he spends his time playing Pokemon GO, doing battles, all that sort of stuff. That is a level of dedication that he even like fell asleep while doing battles, honestly. I had to buy him an energy drink. That's a story time at some point, which I've told you guys that story on stream at one point. Almost 300,000 battles done, over 500,000 Pokemon catches. That's just really insane. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how you're able to do that amount of battles. I personally find doing battles really just not that interesting right now. So hopefully Niantic is gonna release an update to make this more interesting. Something maybe King of the Hill or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Or the #1 person who has been having this gym, like king of this gym or something. Niantic. Do something with the gym system. I think it's definitely due. So that is Yukihiko. Another player I want to show to you guys is someone who's been on the top of the game pretty much since day one, and that is of course Yama. Yama 1989 DD is a legend in the Pokemon GO community. From Japan, Kinshisho as well. I got a pleasure to play with all of these guys that I'm about to talk to you guys about. This guy has been contesting Brandon Tan for the #1 spot on catches. And then Brandon got 1 billion XP and kind of, you know, chilled out. Brandon is no longer really active in Pokemon GO. He has his own YouTube channel now where he kind of showcases how other communities play, more specifically in Asia. So I can really recommend it. Check out his channel, Brandon's on 91. Check it out, link to that is in the description down below. He no longer plays very hardcore, but he's been the #1 player in the world for a very long time. And ever since that moment, Yama kind of took over with 922,000 catches. Yama is going to be the next player to hit 1 million catches in Pokemon GO. But somebody went under the radar for a lot of you guys out there, because you probably have never even heard of this person before, because this kind of sort of happened out of nowhere. Anyway, I was in Japan earlier this year, and this guy, Kyarorina, he actually was at over 600,000 catches. So this year he went from 600,000 to over 1 million. He hit 1 million 3 days ago, and he's already done 5.5 thousand catches since that moment, which is really ridiculous when you think about it. So Kyarorina is the very first player in the world to actually hit 1 million catches in Pokemon GO. And I got his screenshots of his stats, which I want to show to you guys, right? So first off, let's start with the obvious, the catches. Yama told me that he actually missed the moment because it was so high, it was so hyped up. He actually live streamed it. He actually missed the moment of hitting 1 million catches to take a screenshot. He was so excited, he forgot to take a screenshot. So he has a screenshot after that. 144 catches after the million. As you can see, the comma gets added after the million, which is really quite cool. Then, the most amount of Stardust in the world right now. 185.7 million Stardust and almost 200,000 Rattata candy. I have trouble candying over 10,000, let alone that. Imagine if this guy is gonna do an evolution spree. It's honestly really insane. I also have a screenshot of the amount of experience that he has. He has a little over almost 700 million XP right now, which is quite insane. 675 million XP in Pokemon GO right now. So that's a cool thing. The amount of Pidgey candy that Kyarorina has is 168,000 Pidgey candy. It's absolutely beautiful, the Pidgey candy. And then almost 100,000 Sandthread candy as well. Now let's head over to his Pokédex, because the Pokédex, man, let's take a look here. So the Pokédex for the Rattata, he has seen 75,762 Rattata in Pokemon GO and managed to capture over 51,000 Rattata in Pokemon GO. The amount of Pokestops that he managed to spin is 701, and the amount of eggs that he's been hatching is 31,539 eggs. I know there's a guy out there, I think his name is Shinji Hori, and he's gonna get close to 40,000 egg hatches in Pokemon GO very soon. I'll also leave his profile in the description down below. He kind of basically has a group where people in Pokemon GO do like wall grades and stuff. So definitely make sure you guys check that out as well. But yeah, these stats are absolutely ridiculous. When I saw that he had 185 million Stardust in Pokemon Go. My mind was just absolutely blown. And congratulations to all of these players in their efforts to excel in the respective categories. I'm pretty sure that I missed out on at least 1 or 2 players out there who have magnificent statuses as well, but I couldn't really fit everybody in this video, and I just kind of took the people that I'm personally familiar with. So if I left out anybody that you know that has an insane stat in a particular category, definitely make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. And also, what do you think of these people? Like, it's really insane, right? All of these stats. I also believe that, you know, this is probably going to be the final video that I'm going to be making in terms of people with high stats, because I feel that 1 million catches in Pokemon Go, I think that's the pinnacle. I don't think it can get much better than that. So, Kyarorina-san, omedetou gozaimasu. Congratulations on this amazing achievement. I cannot wait to see how far you're going to take it, because obviously with 5,500 catches right now after hitting it 3 days ago and not taking a single break, I don't think he's stopping anytime soon. But of course, before we wrap up, I want to thank all the subscribers who take their subscription to the next level. Of course, we're talking about the Patreon supporters. As always, make sure if you guys do enjoy videos just like this one, subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon Go content. But first, the shout out to all the Patreon subscribers who take their subscription to the next level. Of course, we're talking about the legends George Cortez, Brian Newman, Roy van Bergen, Jonathan Hamer, Ilan Coopers, Julie, Brandon Lott, Aditya Cool, Libby Weston, Celeste Braxton, Joan Sparetime, Stephanie Rex, Chris Pony, and of course, Purple Haze. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you guys want to support the channel as well, check out the links in the description down below leading to my Patreon. And also, I got merch coming very, very soon. We got the Reversal beanie and the Christmas sweater that will be happening very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure if you guys like this video to boom, give it a thumbs up. And that being said, this has been Reversal for Pokemon Go. I'm going to be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.